Up there on the mountain, we kind of had a little spy camera on you. And you said something about, that Christmas was something that couldn't be bought in a store, but maybe it was so much.
Well, listen. Christmas isn't about presents and the gifts, and it took me a long time to realize that.
And so what is Christmas actually about?
It's about Jesus. And I felt it up on that hill in my heart. It grew, and it grew. Man, it hurt. But I love Christmas. Still hate the Who's. Still hate them. I still
You don't have to like everybody. Yeah. But so, did you realize that, why we were all still smiling, even though you took away our gifts? Because it's all about joy. Not just joy to you, not just joy to Candy, not just joy to me, but joy to who?
Jesus.
Joy to Jesus, and Jesus brings joy to the where?
Joy to the world!
To the whole entire world?
Yes.
Oh, I think we got a song about that.
Hit it.
Oh.
Definitely do.
I said hit it. Come on, guys, let's dance. Stand up, everybody. Let's praise the Lord.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. So, Mr. Grinch, I think Pastor Shane was right. Joy is contagious. I saw you dancing with all the kids, and
Oh, what?
it was fun. So, I think it's time to ask them if joy is contagious. Did you have fun this morning? Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to bring Pastor Shane back up.
Kids, would you give all these kids, Pastor Adam, the Grinch, would you give him a hand this morning? Pastor Adam's going to go to the back here, and the kids, if you guys, just like we did last night, if you'll follow him on down. Miss Rebecca today has some snacks prepared for you. And parents, you just stay here with me for a few minutes. We'll take care of a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of business. By housekeeping, I mean we're going to clean all this snow up, shovel it up, get your shovels, all that. And we want to thank you for taking time to be with us this weekend. When we started putting together plans for the fall and for Christmas, I wanted to do something, even though we're a new church and we're just a little over a year old, I wanted to do something where we could showcase our kids. And I know it's COVID, and we have some that weren't able to be here today because they were a little afraid of getting out because COVID rates are a little high. And I totally understand that's not a problem. It doesn't bother me at all. That's the reason we did last night, to kind of help spread out people. But I am so proud of these kids that helped. I mean, on an average Sunday between both services, we have between 20 and 25 kids downstairs. And every week, Pastor Adam and Miss Kinsley, they pour their heart and soul into what goes on. So be sure, if you can, before you leave and you take your kids, just let them know how much you appreciate them, and let them know that they are so valuable to you, to Redemption Point Church, but most of all to your kids, because it's all about our kids. That's the end of the day. That's the end result, the end game. It's about our kids, because if we don't have something that entices our kids to be in church now, when they're our age, they'll never be in church. That's the reason why we pour gobs of resources into our kids' ministry. So, again, I appreciate them so much. To the band, everybody that worked hard to put this together. I know I say it a good bit, but David, please let him know how much you appreciate him. He worked hours and hours to get all of the tracks together, and worked with me to change things and to make things around. And this is something that we're going to try to start doing every year, every Christmas. This will be our little gift to the community, our gift to the church. So every year we'll make it better and better. And even from last night to today, we made it a little bit better. So we learned a few things. I thought that was the Grinch running back up here, but that's one of your kids. So. I really didn't know. It sounded like the Grinch running, so I was like, okay. So I just wanted to make sure. She wasn't as much. She's a little tired this morning, right, than last night. So, or either you reined her in, one or the other. I don't know. A couple of announcements. First of all, thank you so much for your giving. It's still a church service, so we're going to take up our offering. Thank you for giving at redemptionpoint.church/give. You can text your gift to 84321. You also can give traditionally when you leave. The door is open and working today. Last night we were locked in. We couldn't get out of the building, but we've got it fixed. But you can, when you leave, you can drop your tithes and offerings, loose cash, whatever it might be, there. Because of your giving this past week, we gave out, the youth department did on Wednesday night, about 30 boxes of food all around the campground to these retired ministers and widows. And we've got several cards and letters and really just stories of appreciation and thanks. What was really small, a box of about $10 or $15 worth of food, meant so much to these retired ministers and ladies that live on $500-600 a month. And you have no idea the impact you made, and the stories we heard of people saying, I've lived here 15 years and nobody has ever done this. So this is coming from your giving and coming from a church that's a year old. So that's huge, and I think you all deserve appreciation this morning. So would you give yourselves a hand today because of all that you do, all that you've continued to do. Let me pray for you. God, we love you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this spirit of Christmas that we have. that we're able to celebrate your birth, that you gave one day when you became an adult your life for us so that we could live again. Now, would you touch us today, give us traveling mercies as we go this week, as we go to our jobs, as we go to school to finish up this semester, whatever it might be, and bring us back next week as we celebrate again next weekend, you and how to have the best Christmas ever. In Jesus' name.